Czy masz odwagę powiedzieć żono? I stałem tam, gdzie stało domo.
Hi guys and welcome, and today review of a new camera, a pretty great device. That's a Insta360 One R version. And what's the most amazing in that camera? It's adjustable. It's really adjustable because you have three modules. You have a camera, you have the main unit, and you have battery. And each module is configurable. Thus you can have a standard camera, which is a 4K camera. That's a standard version. You can see there's only one connector on that side, and that's a 4K wide angle 16 millimeter equivalent f2.8. So that you can have a standard version. This is standard 4K. If you buy an Insta360 One R, you have a sport camera 4K standard version. You can also have much more expensive 1-inch 4K camera sensor, so it's much bigger. I don't have that one, but it's much bigger, and you have a quality similar to APS-C DSLR or mirrorless, so compatible to APS-C. It's not as good as full frame, but it's similar to APS-C or to iPhone 13. So that's if you decide to 1-inch sensor. So you have the standard. You can also buy separately that 1-inch sensor, but I've decided to buy different. I've decided to buy 360-degree camera. You can see there's two connectors from one side and from another, and we have that, and we like that. Flow state stabilization, dual lens 360, 7.2 millimeter equivalent f2. So, and then you just have your camera unit and the main unit. You need to just connect. As you can see, you have two connectors on both sides. Okay, and then you need to connect your battery. You need to look on the bottom side, because on the one side there's a connector for a battery, and the battery has only on the one side a connector, so you will need to connect like that. And you have a switch here. If you want to disconnect, you need to press that switch before disconnecting the battery. So it's a really good idea, and it's waterproof up to 5 meters. On the top we can see the power on and the recharge switch, and on the right hand side there's a cover, waterproof cover, and then you have USB Type-C connector and a place for your SD card, micro SD. The most important thing that you need to use a fast SD card. I can recommend you Samsung Extreme Pro V30 32GB version, because that's the one of the best micro SD cards. It's not a problem now to buy a very good full-size SD card, which is really fast, but the problem is to buy micro SD, which is enough fast. Because I've made a research, and SanDisk Extreme Pro V30 32GB is the fastest possible option of SD cards, so it will be the best for that. What's great, it works with Insta360 app on your phone. So after turn on, is not charged, so I'll need to charge first the battery. But the most important thing is that you will need a Insta360 app to activate first, to make the first activation, and you will need a Insta360 app to upgrade software after the first activation, or after, if you want to upgrade the software, you will need that app on your phone. But the same app works also with Insta360 One X2, which is the best 360-degree camera I've ever seen. Insta360 One X2, and it works also with a small camera Insta360 Go 2, which you can connect to your head. Why I've decided to take this camera? For two reasons. Because it's 2-in-1. You have a really great sport camera, and you have really great 360-degree camera. I love that that camera. The problem is that I wanted to buy something which will work with the same app. So this is the best idea, and you can find the version with only standard lens, with standard camera, for about 200 euros as a used one. For 200 euros, and this one you will need to pay, if you want to 360-degree version, you will need to pay 400 euros for that. You have also a really great protection for your lens here, so you can turn it just like that, and your 360-degree lens is fully protected now. And and we have also a mounting kit. The problem is that with that Insta360 One R, there's no screw here to connect to a tripod, so we will not need to put it here, exactly like this. Okay, we will try to show you how to put it. You need to open it, then you need to press your device inside, but it works only from one side. Okay, we have switch on this side, and usually it's not that simple, because it works only from one side. So we will need to put everything. Okay, so we need to open it like this, and after the first you need to open it from the top, then you need to make a frame, then you will need to look on which side there are buttons, because it's only one side it will work. You put it inside, you will have to close the frame, and then you can lock it on the top. So it's fully locked, but after you will put it here, it's also possible to use protection. You can use protection even if it's in a frame. This is a really great idea. And you have access to a SD card and to micro USB Type-C port here, so it's also great. So it's fully protected at that point, and we have a screw to connect to your tripod. In Insta360 One X2, there's a different story, because there you have everything, the screw inside, and you don't have to put here. So that's the main. And I have all second camera, which is also for different story. I use the big mirrorless camera with a full frames on the A7. I use also 360-degree Insta360 One X2, which is the best 360-degree. But I wanted something for a brief, something to a story, something which I can have just in a hand like that, which is similar to a GoPro, but better than GoPro, because it's modular and you can adjust how you want. Because that's the must have. I've decided also for those two to put on my head when I do something in the car or when I go somewhere and I don't have a free hand to hold the camera. So this is really great. And of course I have also vlog camera, which is DJI Pocket 2, and emergency camera. My emergency camera is Sony Action Cam HS20, the first version or one of the first versions of Sony Action Cam. But I also usually wear HTC Red. But I decided to take that one because I always wanted to have something similar to a GoPro, but I'm not a fan of a GoPro. And this, which is 360-degree and works much better, and the battery is much cheaper, and it works with my software. And plus you need to also on your computer the Insta360 Studio software to cut your 360-degree video and convert it before you will use it in Premiere. Because with standard videos, it's not a problem. You can directly cut it and make schnit in Premiere. In this there's a problem, because if you want to use 360-degree videos in Premiere, before you will need to convert it using Insta360 Studio software, but it also works pretty great. And I think this is a really wonderful device, and it will really be great working on my travel. But now I need to look on that. Oh, cool. That's a different story. Completely different story. Okay. Great device, and I'm gonna show you some videos. After I will charge the device, I will show you the next video, how to use it and what you can do with this type of camera. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'm gonna catch you later in the next video.
Ty co kobiety chciałbyś zniewolić, pozbawić chciałbyś niewolnej woli. Rządzie biskupie, do was to mówię, wstydzi się was dziś kraj. Nie płaczcie siostry, ducha nie traćcie, uwierzcie w naszą wygraną w walce. Uwierzcie w to, że już niedługo piękniejszy będzie kraj.